doctors, they want to meet people like physical therapists and chiropractors and other physicians who might be able to refer in and out of their business. And so those are people that somebody in this room, like myself, might connect you with, or Dr. Jeanette might connect you with. And so you never know who you're going to meet in a room like this. And so that's really one of the points of networking, right? The bigger your network is, the better we all get together, because you become a resource for everyone else. So I'm going to go ahead and start our presentation today. My name is Enright. I'm one of the admins for Scottsdale Living, which was founded by John Boring. John started Scottsdale Living 5 years ago. So yeah, 2017. Is that 5-ish? 5+. Yeah, 5-ish years ago. And the purpose was to make recommendations for people in his circle online. Today we sit at over 40,000 Facebook members in Scottsdale Living. It's a community group that you get to make recommendations to and for. The key, well, I'll tell you, when I started, it was probably 3.5 years ago, and the group was, I think, 5,000 members when I was introduced to it. When I joined, I think it was 9,000 members, and now it's 40. So during that time, I really just I didn't know how to market my business. No idea. I just felt like a minnow, and I'm in the ocean, and nobody will ever see me. Has anybody ever felt like that? No one will ever see me. I'm in this big city, like no one knows me. Yeah, I have my friends. But like my friends are probably not gonna be my best customers. Because friends like ask you for a discount and they want a free service so you can like come check out their kid or like give them a free massage because they're super stressed out. That's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for how to put money in my own pockets, put food on my table, put a roof over my house, and secure a future, just like everybody does when they go to work. So I figured out this way to make myself known by not advertising my business. And that was by recommending other people's businesses that I trusted. People that I knew, people that I did business with, that I knew also to be, a lot of times, community people, like people that were recognized in the community as doing a well done job. I think that that's a really important component to me, because I don't want to entrust my friends and family with people that I don't trust, right? If Tina tells me that she's going to be there at 10 a.m., she's going to be there at 10 a.m. If I send Tina to someone's house, Tina's a trustworthy referral. She's going to take care of them. She's going to make sure that they're safe in that house, that their stuff is still there when they leave, right? So this is why these communities exist. So I did that, and then I became more visible and more helpful to the group. So that was my usefulness. I was demonstrating value to the group. And John asked for people to work for the group, which really 100% of people in this room and everyone in the community actually works for the group, right? Everybody does. You work for each other and you work for the group. Some people don't get that piece. They're really there to work for themselves. And that is a big key differentiator. That is someone who's the minnow that's always going to stay a minnow. That's the person that only works for themselves, sees themselves, and is kind of just swimming in their own pattern, but kind of trying to stay with the group, keeping up. The other person is the hungry person. They're willing to go a little bit above and beyond, and you're working for the group for a greater cause for the group, but for a greater cause for yourself. So I want you to keep that in mind as you're going, because every group that you dedicate time to is an investment in the group, but it's actually investment in yourself. So spend your time very wisely. So networking like a pro. How, why, and when. Scottsdale Living is you. You are all of it. The whole thing. It's a community of local residents and tourist visitors. Remember that when you're marketing to the group. Not everybody is here all the time. That's an important component. So you have to, again, know your audience. That's a big deal for anything you're marketing, right? So if I'm just marketing to women, I'm probably not marketing testosterone, so that's not going to go in the Scottsdale Living Women's Edition. Know how much they make. Know what percentage is what age group. These are actually questions that we can answer for you. John has all the stats on who looks at the page, who interacts on the page, who actually makes up the page, where they live. Now, sometimes on Facebook, that's hard to tell. Somebody's like, oh, I live in New York, but they spend 70% of their time here. Okay, so it's hard work, but if you're willing, the group serves you very well. So what is networking? What's that word mean to anybody? What does it mean? Do you like the word? A lot of people don't like the word networking. It sounds dirty. It's like, how do I get my hand in this pie, right? Like, that's not really what most people are really going for. So they think of it as a dirty word. How do I do it effectively and efficiently? Why should I do it, and when should I do it? Oh, wrong computer. I think. We'll see. Oh, maybe I just do this. Oh, yep, back. It takes a second. Okay. How do I when to network? How to network. Networking is one of the best forms of marketing for any small business. You don't really see Coca-Cola at networking groups. They have a platform, everybody recognizes their brand. But if you don't have brand recognition, networking is probably one of the very first things you could do. If nobody knows your name, brand networking is one of the very first things you do. Now, if you walk into a room and 75% of that room already knows your brand because you have a logo pin, maybe you can spend a little less time networking. But until that point, you have no business not being in a room that serves your purpose with effectiveness. Not all networking groups are made equal. And not all networking people know how to do it well. So raise your hand if you feel like uncomfortable introducing yourself to a room of strangers. I do. If it's absolute strangers, I get really nervous, my knees are shaking, I'm just trying to hide it. That's normal. So all we do is practice. You practice in the bathroom mirror, it makes you more confident. You practice projecting your voice into the kitchen around the corner, because if nobody can hear you, you wasted your entire time in an hour and a half giving a 30-second presentation, right? So you have to be effective, you have to be clear. I put up here, choose a style that aligns with your personality and your business. So, are you energetic? Are you patient? Are you aggressive? Do you do humble marketing? So this one's my favorite, humble marketing. We talked about it in a prior presentation. It means that I'm there to serve others. It's just what goes with my personal value set and what I feel most comfortable doing. There are brands and companies that use aggressive marketing styles. Before I met Karin, I had an insurance agent that literally hammered me every other day. Yes, I bought insurance. I don't know why. I felt uncomfortable with it. But that was his aggressive style. If I saw him out, he was going to come over and ask me about insurance. So, for some people it works. It's not my favorite. Energetic. So if you walk into a room, I was like, oh, you're so calm, you're so mellow, oh, you have so much energy. Use that in some of your marketing, okay? If you've ever met Steve Branch from Mindset Survival, the things that come to mind when I think of him are calm, deliberate, right? He's very impactful with his silence. And when he speaks, he commands the room in a very special way. That actually goes to all of his personal skill sets. So don't fight what is natural to you. If you're a nervous person, you can actually use that. It's a special form of energetic. Nervousness can be harnessed. Nervousness can be purposeful. Nervousness might mean that you only speak at the right moment instead of me, that I could blabber on for 20 minutes. Okay, so be thinking about what your personal style is when you go to network. You're always acting as your brand. So if I go to a party and I do something really dumb and I'm at a networking event, that is your brand. People walk away feeling that, okay? You do the same thing in a networking event here. You just want to make sure that you're representing your brand the best possible face. Again, it needs to go with your style, but it needs to also represent you. I say this one mostly because we live in the digital age and a lot of people don't know each other. If this is your first time being in this meeting, a lot of these people have met each other before, are friends. When you come into a room full of complete strangers, sometimes it can be really hard to decipher. So people go to your Facebook page, they go to your Instagram, and they want to see who you are. They want to see if you're worth hanging out with. They want to see if your values align, or if you're on there slamming everybody like an internet troll. Nobody likes that person, right? And nobody knows them. That's the reason that they're on there doing that. That's their only engagement. So make sure that your personal stuff does feed into what your brand should be. Separation is natural and necessary. So I like this one because not everyone you meet in business has to become your personal friend. Okay? Not everyone you meet has to become your personal friend. And that probably sounds a little bit harsh. What I mean is, you can have a personal life and you can have a business life, and you can merge those two when it's necessary, and you can also keep them very separate. I think that this is an important thing to think about. Your separation also might be different categories. Like you have some people that I do medical stuff. I had someone approach me about doing a podcast. Then I went home and thought about it, and I was like, the topic might not represent my brand well. It would be really funny. I think it'd be great, but I don't think that the topic would represent my brand well. So separation is natural, and those things are okay. Greet everyone. So I don't know if you've ever been to an event where you leave and somebody's like, you didn't even say hi to me, but there's 50 people in the room. People take how you greet and walk away from the room very personally. You may not realize that every opportunity in the room is an opportunity to individually say hi to Joanne and Adam. So try to make sure that you work the room every single time you come into one. And if you don't know a lot of people, just shake a hand and get a name. That's it. That's the whole job of networking. All right. So choose a style. Let's see. Networking can save you money. It can make you money. It can connect you with people and people who know more people. That's the real point of networking. So if I hold Karen's hand and Karen's holding 10 other people's hand, I now made a lot of new connections because those 10 people hold 10 other people's hands. So it's to the nth degree of how many people you can contact when you enter a room like this, because you never know who that is connected to. John Dory, he might have 250 people he could personally introduce you to. Now he might introduce you to 5 that are the most impactful, right? But those 5 might know 20 that are the most impactful. So be thinking about that. It is the way that I think about giving a perfect opportunity to someone. It's an open door. So if you think you haven't had enough open doors for your business or open doors for you personally, you really need to just kind of look for more open doors, and people are open doors. People are completely open doors. All right. Do your research. So bring your best attitude. I like this one because sometimes, I don't know if you've ever seen it in a meeting where someone comes in, they're like, I'm so tired today, but I got here kind of on time. And I'm so sorry, I just didn't prepare anything. Don't be that person. You're representing your brand. It's literally the worst version of a commercial I've ever seen. Nobody's going to turn that one back on. So be mindful about how you're presenting, your attitude, your energy, and be prepared for who you will want to meet. You walk into a room and you know that Karen says, oh my gosh, I have this finance guy and he's coming in and his name is Billy Bob, and do your homework if you need to meet that person. Do your homework. See what they like. See what their business does. See how many employees they represent. So if they're going to be there and they're going to take their time, use that to your advantage because you may never see them again. That might have been your one window, so stay hungry. So do your research. You can use LinkedIn as a great way to do that. Facebook and Instagram are as well. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Next slide. Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. Everybody has heard this quote, right? What does that mean? If people say I'm mean and snotty when I turn, that is not a good look for my brand. Okay? So no bueno. Be authentic. If you're a solopreneur with a dream to grow, your face, your mood should not matter. It doesn't exist to your business. It shouldn't impact your business. You have the worst day ever. They say don't bring that into the office. You try not to bring that home with you too. That matters to your brand every single day. So the only time I say that that's not the case is if you are like a personality or a character. Are any of us personalities or character? I am not. John, Jared. Actually, Jared is a perfect example. He has an entire character. Now, the one thing about his character is that it is him. It's his dream, it's his aspiration, it's his sound, it's his childhood. You see all of that every day when you interact with him. So every single time we get a little piece of him, it actually makes him more interesting, right? sorry, my case is busted. I tried to find it on Amazon. Anyway, it's a long story and an excuse. Okay, the brand's life and personality is bigger than you. So just, it's your business. The only case where it doesn't apply is the personality. Thank you. The purpose of this as well is that you want your business to thrive and strive when you aren't there. So I got sick, and I immediately realized almost a year ago, I am up a freaking creek. I have nobody to do my work. Not a person. No one. I don't have anybody to cover for me. It was just me. I can't market. I can't think. That's how sick I was. If that happened to your business today, what would you do? Hopefully it's not just you. And I say that very caringly because you should be thinking about the fail points in your business. Networking can help you with that. You got an employee using a networking group, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Massage therapist networking group.
So it is very impactful. You're looking for someone specific and you're asking people who care about your business. They're gonna try to give you someone that works for your business. All right, already covered that. Frenemy repellent. Okay, so we all know how the best networkers do things right. Follow up is number one. Right, Donna?
Fortunes in the follow-up.
Yes. Yes. Say that again.
Fortunes in the follow-up.
Fortunes in the follow-up. Fortunes in the follow-up. So actually, Becca is probably the best at that. Donna is also the best at that. Karen is the best at that. I don't know anybody that does it better than these three. So if you're worried about how to follow up effectively and not be a nuisance while you're following up, I think that's a big thing. I would say call, text, or a handwritten card is probably the most impactful thing you could send someone that will probably get them thinking about you. Handwritten card, anybody that doesn't like those, they're psychopaths. Take a hint, use a 3-strike policy. So I don't know anybody in this room currently that does this, but there are very, very pushy people. They want to follow up, they want to text, they want to ask you to coffee 17 times. Yeah. If you said no 3 times, stop answering. Yeah. Or I'll reach out to you when I can fit that into my schedule. If they're not taking the hint, stop answering your phone. Your time is precious. If it is not going to serve you, you don't have to do it just to get people to like you. You don't have to do that. Use your time effectively. I think it's the #1 mistake I made when I started my business is I just wanted to make everybody feel great. That is not my job. My job is to look out for myself and market your business because you're my friend. That's what I like to do, right? That goes with my brand. So be a friend to keep a friend. So if it's somebody that's important to you, make sure that you're actually reaching out to them, checking in, because that's community right there. Become resilient. Sales are 9 out of 10 times no. Don't get your feelings hurt if somebody can't meet you for coffee. It's not a thing, and that's not your sale. The community is your sale. Yes, that might be a fish on the line, but you're not hunting for that one. You're hunting for the 100 that they know. So be mindful about your time. Be mindful about a no, or come up with something that's more meaningful for them to reach out. Maybe they have no interest in coffee because they don't drink caffeine and they don't like coffee. Maybe a sushi happy hour would be a better idea. Maybe just ask them what they would like. Give with your best intention and effort. Authenticity matters. This is probably the most important thing I could think about any networking group or just relationship. Give with your best intention and effort. This goes with personal relationships, right? I'm not going to take out the trash unless I love taking out the trash because it makes your life easier. Right? That made it meaningful to me and it made it meaningful to you. I'm giving with good intention. Who in the world is the most trusted advisor for most people?
Mom.
Yeah! It's your mama. Why?
Oh.
Why?
She has the best interest in that.
She does. She has your best interest in mind, and she cares. So the 2 highest quality items you can demonstrate to someone that instill long-term and immediate trust, what are they?
Authenticity, caring.
Empathy and competency. Mother knows best. Come to mommy, let me kiss it better for you. Right? She's going to show you caring, and she knows how to help you with your best interest in mind. Be that person in every group, and you will be wildly successful. Wildly successful. People will think to call you first because you're going to know. You know a guy, you know who to trust, you know who's going to do it maybe on a budget. They want to know what you know. Be that person. Give it to them exactly the way they would like it. And if you can't, say, I don't know. Let me find out. If I don't get back to you, can you reach out to me? Because I'd love to help you with that. I'm a little bit busy right now. Give them expectation to trust you. Give them expectation to trust you. Demonstrating care and competency at your craft at all times. You're likely to hear no. The only thing I'm going to say about not being a nuisance is no bullying, no badgering. I personally don't think that that is a good brand value to have. Again, sometimes people do it. I don't think it's the most effective. Next. How are we doing so far? You guys are agreeing with me?
Yeah.
Yay! So, types of groups. B2B leads. That's just selling to each other. That's basically every B&I in the Valley. No shade. That's most networking groups. I don't want to just sell to you. Sorry, I don't. Why? Because you guys, well, one, you're my friends, and I'd love to give you a discount. So don't ask me because I probably will. But two, because I'd love to connect to the people that you know. They actually in medicine don't say don't treat your friends and don't treat your family. Why? Because it actually shades the influence of how you treat them, because I know you on a personal level. So that's another reason personally why I think that, you know, some of my business doings and how I present myself are shaded by what I know about medicine to be honorable, dignified, how to do business on your own, right? So that's something. Service, mentorship, mastermind. These are about you. So you go to something that teaches you about managerial skills. You go to something that helps you understand what your cost should be and something about your market, which you should do that homework on your own because it's really easy to do. Relationship or friendly, that's all just about your ego. Those are social clubs that just says, hey, yeah, great, I have 100 friends and now I feel successful. Probably not the most effective form of groups. Business to consumer, marketing driven. This is Scottsdale Living to a T. That's the whole thing for anybody that's in the business edition. Industry specific, that's about your competition, understanding your competition. That's like if 100 massage therapists go to the same conference to learn how to market their massage therapy, okay? Philanthropic or community groups, those are just about others. I say that Scottsdale Living is all of these. It's philanthropic, it's B2B and B2C, it's relationship and service development, it's mentorship and learning, it's generosity with time, attention, and resources.
That was good.
Yeah, I have the power. That's the only last. These things are why our group is way more powerful than other networking groups. It's why people feel more comfortable coming in here than other groups. And I get that feedback all of the time. We are welcoming, we are warm, we're doing for others. This is the purpose people feel good about. So I love this one. That's Hannah. If you guys haven't met Hannah, she's also one of our initial group members. All right, so how do we level up? Maybe we should put these next to each other. Okay, raise your hand if you have a business degree. Dang, that's not what I was expecting. Raise those hands higher. Wow, okay, keep them up. A marketing degree, finance, accounting. You guys better know these people. I'm not kidding, these are useful people. HR, project management. Wow. Okay, we have this, I was not expecting that. I was expecting maybe one or two people to raise their hands. Okay, so most of us do not. That's the real point. Most of us do not. Does that make you less responsible for the things that go on in your business because you don't have those degrees? No, you are legally responsible. What is an LLC? Yeah, company or corporation. And the point of it is to what? What's the point of that phrase?
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself, protect your money. You don't want to mix those things up. So if you don't know that, and you don't have a separate bank account that you never spend your personal finances out of, you're already putting your business downside risk. These are business basics that a lot of people don't know. They just think, well, I'm making money through my business and I pay myself so this stuff sits in the same account. If you are on that level, you need one of the people that raised their hand, or Burtis, probably most specifically, to look at your money, to help you arrange things in a really good way, because business setup that's failed in the beginning could last years because you just didn't know or didn't care enough to take a look at it later. And that stuff goes by the wayside because now you're working and you're marketing and you're doing all these things that make you money, and you're like, well, it was good enough. No, it wasn't. We had to go back and put reinforcement in. So not knowing is not an exemption for the law. You're responsible for every area of your business. You need to separate your money, your feelings, and your F-ups. Okay? Really important. Now, the separating your F-ups, you need to be mindfully aware, painfully, crucially aware when somebody does this inside of your business though, right? That's your protection. Somebody gets an offender bugger in your company truck. Sorry. Somebody is like on a video speeding down the 101 with your logo on their car. Oops. Somebody steals from you. You need to know what's going on in your business. So just be mindful, and then have policies and practice standards. Don't just have them in your head. Please write them out. There are formats and things you can use for that. Feedback is probably the most useful thing you can use for your business. Not from the people that you like. It must be honest feedback. It can't be just from your friends. It cannot just be from your networking groups. It needs to be from the people that hated an experience. Why did you hate it? Because you didn't call me back for 2 days. Because it was difficult to schedule. Because I didn't get an invoice quickly enough. Whoop. Okay, that's great feedback. Thank you. Because when I came in, your bathroom smelled terrible. That's great feedback, and it's specific, and I can fix all of those things. So without honest feedback, you're just blowing smoke up your own buns. However that phrase goes.
I like that.
Okay, and then the solution for all of those is a business coach, a finance coach, some managerial classes, marketing classes. This group actually serves all of those purposes. We can find you those people, and we offer those things. So please make sure that you are utilizing this group that way. Don't blow smoke at coaches. You'll cripple their ability to help you. So, oh my gosh, I make such and such money a year and my profit is this. If they don't know what your weak area is and you're not being honest, or you don't know and you couldn't say that, they are not able to efficiently help you. And you paid that money to feel good about yourself, not to fix anything. All right. Why do we network? I'm just not a good public speaker. Okay, it's not about public speaking at all. It just isn't. You only have a tiny opportunity to do that in general anyway, right? So if it's once a week, if it's twice a month, if it's once a month that you're even attending, it's probably not enough. Excuses are the nails that built the house of failure. He that is good at making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Let's not be those people. Let's not be excuse people. Get good at this. If you own a business, you must get good at this. Friend working. I like this because all of you are my friends. That means you work for my business. Woo! I didn't ask you, I didn't pay you. You like me. And that makes you want to refer people to me. It makes you want to trust your aunt with my care. It makes you want to call me when somebody is sick and say, who do you recommend that I go see for your care? Right? So, no more excuses. Pro tips. Be honest about meetings. I don't want to sit for an hour and a half so that you can sell me vitamins. That should not happen. Tell me how long it will last. Hey, I'd love to pick your brain for 20 minutes. Do you want to, what's most convenient for you? Would you like a Zoom call? Would you like to meet in person? Because I would really love that the most. It's just the most effective. And if you want to go to lunch or get a coffee, I'd be happy to do that. Make sure that you're doing it in a way that rings their bell a little bit. Be an excellent host. Show up on time. These things are really, really, if they're late, can I order you a drink? Would you like me to get you something? Like, use their time efficiently, even though that's just politeness, right? I'm not gonna be like, you know what, you guys didn't show up for dinner. This is working out very well. And then if you have to demonstrate something because you're very eager to do that, make it known that that's something that you'd like to do. I want to give you a short sample of my work. So maybe massage therapy works like that. And I'm like, oh, let's do a trade service. We'll hang out for an hour. You'll do 30 minutes. I'll do 30 minutes. Make it work for both of you. And then you better do it well. If you're going to use their time, you better have it down. You better have it concise. It better be practiced. It better not feel too salesy because you're inviting them into your home. You're the host. Maybe not build your home, but you get it. Okay. You now have 30 people working for your company today. Boom. Fantastic. You want them spreading the right word, right? So they need to listen to your message. And they cannot listen to your message if they cannot hear you, cannot understand what you do, and don't remember you. Yikes. I was at this group, and it had been going for like 3 months. And I said someone's name, and 5 people went, who? Oh, why? Because he didn't show up. Very attractive man. Super attractive. Everybody said so. He didn't show up. People didn't remember his name. I bet if I showed a photo, people were like, oh yeah, that guy. They had no idea what he did, and they didn't know his name. If I'm searching on Facebook, and I see someone needs a house painter, and I can't remember their company or their name because I didn't get enough repetition, or I didn't have their contact info, like easy to save in my phone, they're not getting that rep, and I am moving on. That's it. That's as quick as it took. If you can't be remembered in 2 to 3 seconds and your name doesn't pop up in their mind, it's already too late. Be mindful of that because you want people to think of you right away. It needs to be memorable. You're going to refer me because you love my business. I'm going to refer you and speak highly of you because I love your business and I love your personality and I know something personal about your business, like if you're a 24-hour service or not, if you have an all-female staff and somebody's looking for that, so there has to be some really distinct feature about something that you do the best. Think about that and sell it. Then think of another one and sell it. Okay, so every single time I need to know a very distinct characteristic about why I need to make sure that people meet you. Why people meet you. And that's how I'm going to add value. Your time and my time are very valuable. So make sure that you're respecting that. All right, feed others first with your attention, time, and value. And then listen for a way that you can help someone build a business connection by being quiet and not thinking about your selling when you're listening. I'm not thinking about my commercial, I'm listening to who I can refer you business. That's the power of this room. Take notes on who someone's looking for, right? Take notes on that. Not just customers, but maybe other business owners. So if I know that, I just learned that Chef Joseph did a menu over at the Hills Spa. He curated their entire menu. I don't know why I never thought about someone needing a menu curated. Of course he can do that.
He's curating cuisine.
He's curating cuisine. Hello, Joseph can do that. Yes, I only thought of Joseph as private party chef, private cooking chef. No, Joseph also curates menus. And he can do it for any dietary limitation, whatever you need, he's going to be able to do that. So maybe I should think food and think of Joseph. But I actually want it to be way more specific than that, because that will help me trigger things that help him do better business and get customers. All right, we're almost there, you guys, I promise. All right, hitch your wagon to success. Leaders, heroes, and role models. Every group has these. Every single group has leaders, heroes, and role models. I put this picture in. This is my father. He's one of my heroes. He's the leader of our family. And he is a role model. He doesn't complain. He doesn't biatch when he gets home from work. He just puts his little slippers on and changes his outfit and sits at the table and he does dinner and he talks to you and you're now his priority. That's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. They listen. Okay? Teachers and mentors. Bertus, Karen, Donna. Teachers and mentors. John Dorian. I don't know how many things he's mentored me on. He's taught me a massive amount. And then he also is such a good leader that he goes, okay, out of the nest, fly on your own. That's a great idea. Go ahead and do it. Right? We taught you how to hunt. Go on and do it. Feed yourself. So these are people that are willing to share what they know readily and easily. Don't waste your time if it sounds like a complicated form of communication. Okay? It's not going to be effective for you, and there are other leaders, teachers, mentors. They have interest in leaving their legacy through you and your business. Oh my gosh. What does that mean? It means they're invested in you personally. You better keep those people and cultivate those relationships forever. That's a really important person. If you don't have these, you need them. Cheerleaders. Woohoo! Great people with good energy that invigorate your motivation. When you leave here, you feel good. I want to work on my business. I can't wait to go out and try networking again. Whatever it is, I'm a great cheerleader. I'm a great cheerleader. People say, how do you have so much energy? It's for you, but you also give me energy. Standing up here gives me energy. I get nervous, and then I come up. So that's why I'm a good cheerleader. It comes naturally to me. It doesn't for everyone, but you need one of these. You need all three of these categories, and it will guarantee make you more successful. I guarantee this is a recipe for success, personally and professionally. When does networking start working for me? Anybody have any ideas? When does it start? When does it start making me money? Because I mean, let's face it, that's what we're in here for, right? If I need to network my business, I need to make more money in my business. And it is the goal, no matter how big or small your business is to make money doing it. So, it's when you're memorable. When you have built trust, then you will start to see changes in your money. And for the actual benefit of profit. Not just like, wow, I'm spending a whole bunch more money. Right? Because that's not the same. Right, Bertus? Okay. So, I made a little list here, and I just... Come on! Okay. I put some really nice things on here, but they're not really compliments. These are authentic things about these people. So, Tina, enthusiastic. Best commercial every time. I mean, one time maybe you were beat out by that couple that sings that you actually knew. They were fantastic. Super memorable. Jared Perry. Dedicated people. They come to the, if you don't know their faces, you better have their phone numbers saved because they are the people that are in this group every single week. They also make the most recommendations on Scottsdale Living for your businesses. They work behind the scenes because they're invested in knowing you. If you don't know these people, you better get to know them. Donna, she's mentorship, she's calm, she's kind, she is authentic. If ever I'm in a tiff, I come in all fired up, she's like, it's okay, it's all gonna work out exactly the way that it's supposed to. I'm like, she's right, no big deal. Steve and Pam, consistent, calm, dedicated, true leadership. Karen, always professional, always poised. She knows everyone, and she's a positive person. I don't know if I've ever called her and she's been like, no, I did not have time for you. No, and if I called her and she was busy, I have no doubt she is going to call me back later. It's a good person to know. Jenna, relatable. You actually were the first person that came to mind. And I asked Jared to help me with this last night. I said, what were the top qualities? He said, you're relatable, you're consistent, you're always there, you're so friendly, and you're always doing for others. Who doesn't want to know that person? Who doesn't want to know that person? All right. Welcome to the Free Employees Lounge. That's right, all of us. According to LinkedIn, 80% of professionals consider networking vital to their career success. The bigger your network size, the more opportunities you create for your business. So that is true. We started Scottsdale Living Business Edition like, 18 months ago. It's over 1,400 people. It literally started with 8 people in a coffee shop. So as it has grown, I get more natural referrals from Scottsdale Living. I get more invites to go meet people or a bigger room. This is, and again, you have to be mindful about your time. But that's just actually true. Now, if you go to something that's purposefully pointless, like I'm probably not going to go to an underwater basket weaving group. But who knows, maybe those people have back pain because they're sitting on some terrible chair. I'm bending over, so maybe I totally missed an opportunity there. So, you know, I need to think about what's in my best interest for time. The top 4 groups of people who work for you that you never pay. Customers who are required for a healthy business. Your old ones, don't forget about them. If you haven't seen them in a couple of years and they don't live in town, send them a little handwritten card. See what happens. Hey, we're doing a special for Mother's Day. We were wondering if you might like to get on the books. Your current clients, man, sometimes they really feel left out. I got some feedback from somebody the other day that said that, and I was like, whoa, it hit me in the stomach. I forgot about somebody? Maybe I didn't, because I definitely didn't. They were in my mind, but I didn't reach out. That made all the difference to them. So I need to do better at that area. And your new customers, that's everyone you can reach, everyone you can imagine, everyone on Scottsdale Living and the community. Suppliers, they help you save or eliminate wasteful money. Complementers, so I'm a physical therapist, so naturopaths are complementary to me. Chiropractors, complementary to me. Massage therapists, complementary to me. Personal trainers, sometimes competitive with me. In fact, that's like kind of a gray area, so I need to be able to recognize who my competitors are and who my complementers are. But if you can find competitors who actually are interested in working together, it can be a very incredibly viable resource.
What do you mean by never pay? I don't know.
So if I know that you have a book out or you're into fitness and you teach someone that, if someone asks me for that, you never pay me to do that. So I work for your company and I advertise for you, but you never paid me. If you did, you would owe me a lot of money at the end of the year. Okay, so make sure that you're recognizing there are so many people in every single room that you walk into that if you invest in them and you tell them exactly what you're looking for, they now work for your company. You can find a new employee because I happen to know one. I know 20 people that are looking, they just posted online yesterday. Okay, so I may know some personally that you actually might really like to, so think about it like that. All right, boss level. The whole goal is to make more money, sharpen your sword, provide value, and that you become the most trusted resource. So use that to your benefit. These are all the things that Scottsdale Living literally offers you every single month. 3 times. 2 of these meetings on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday, and then also happy hour event. I think that one is just getting to know each other, but it is an investment in like the actual friendship part. So people tend to like that. Thank you guys so much from Scottsdale Living. Okay, who wants to be more involved in Scottsdale Living? John, you see all those hands?
Nailed it.
Yeah, love it.
Okay,